Hello, hello, welcome. So let's get started. So what I'm going to do today is, I think last time I was basically completely locked in and I didn't talk throughout the entire raw video, but this time I want to do more talking just to make it a little bit more engaging and potentially have more clips that I can use to edit afterwards. So um, actually, I'm going to use my voice to talk, to type. So essentially, my goal is to make a more engaging video plus explain the setup I have right now and the rules as well. So, okay, so the rules. The rules are I only have 1 hour to build and record my AI system. So all of the assets, this one, um, and I can only edit using the assets I created during the 1 hour. And I have 30 minutes afterwards to edit and post. So these are all the rules that I'm setting up for myself. I'm actually using Spokenly right now because it's free. But yeah, I'm just creating my daily note just to kind of keep track of what I'm doing. So for today, my main focus is going to be on headline analysis skill, the best YouTube thumbnail research, and then basically working out a clear system so I can better explain the setup that I have. Yeah, so those are my goals for today. Okay, so let's get started. I'm gonna open up my terminal, open up a couple instances of Claude Code. Yeah, so I basically already created, what I'm doing here is I'm creating a command. I've created a command to essentially open Claude Code quickly in a work tree so that it can better, I can easily open it up quicker. But let me just start a couple of sessions. So what I want to do here is I want to, let me make this a little bit smaller so I can balance this. This should not be here. Oopsies. All right, you can ignore that. That's just my personal task list. Okay, so let's get started. Um, Help me analyze the headline analysis skill so that I can make it better. Please separate it into a separate skill specifically for the headlines. In terms of the format, I wanted to start with day X and then the actual headline itself, and then end with in 1 hour in all caps. Okay, and then here, help me do research on how to create the best YouTube thumbnail and then use that to create a thumbnail script that will help me create a prompt for Nano Banana so I can create a really good thumbnail that would help with getting people to click into the video. And then for the last one, help me explain the current system that I have and ask me any questions regarding what I'm doing right now so you have a better understanding of my entire setup of the vault and suggest any improvements if you have any. And I'd like to make a script at the end once we finish all the suggestions so that I can use that from the YouTube video that I'm creating. Okay, so yeah, I got 3 instances of Claude Code running, and then what I'm going to do now is I'm actually not sure. I think I'll just work through it and see what these guys are doing. So yeah, why don't I explain what I'm doing, like what the hell is a work tree, like what sort of setup that I have right now while these are loading. So yeah, essentially right now I have a work tree, a couple of work trees, and essentially what a work tree is it's like a separate, so you make another folder and in, okay, this is explained terribly, but Git essentially has a work tree which creates another copy of all of your files, so that if you make changes, like if you're making changes on the same like directory, it will still work well. There's a better explanation, but I'll get to that after. I think for this 1 hour, let's try and lock in a little bit here. So I'm going to make this smaller like this, so it doesn't cover. And let's go. Okay, so here's my YouTube. Okay, let's go to my YouTube channel and see how I can best do that. Okay. Okay, so let's see. So in terms of the headline, so I created a headline as a standalone skill. So in 1 hour, Arborix backends. Okay, so headline. Today is my goal is to make a more. Let me just copy this. My goal. Everything you need. Let me. So what I'm doing here is I'm creating a headline skill so that it can create a good headline for me based on my goal, I think. And then over here, I'm creating a thumbnail skill so that it can generate better thumbnails. And then on this side, I am going to create the script of the actual video that I'm going to edit after this 1 hour. So maybe I didn't actually explain what I was going to do. So in 1 hour, I need to basically create a YouTube video. And every single week, I will be, well, maybe a couple times a week, I'm going to spend 1 hour and record everything I do raw and try to use every single asset I create within that 1 hour to make a YouTube video. And the limits are just I have 1 hour to do it, and everything is going to be open sourced, and this whole entire recording, the raw recording, will be recorded as well. Okay, so let me just answer these questions. What videos have you recorded or published so far? Okay, so I'm on day 1 to answer question number 1. Number 2, what's your recording setup right now? Right now, it's just my camera, just my laptop, MacBook Pro. What's your current manual flow? So right now, it's basically just me figuring out what best things to do. I don't really, it's not planned too much. I spend a little bit of time at the beginning planning, but not much for now. Which automation would you build first in a video? Not really automation. I'm just trying to create skills to make it easier for me to make YouTube videos because I only have 1 hour to make it. When you say script for YouTube, what do you mean? Oh yeah, I mean actual like YouTube's talking points, basically an outline. What tools do you already have installed? Yeah, I have basically most things installed. I don't have the YouTube API credentials. I don't think it's worthwhile for now. I think let's start with just like creating the headlines, the scripts, and creating like a good thumbnail for this. Specific pain point. Pain point right now is just like trying to create a really engaging video, and knowing what the best thing to do to get there is. Hopefully that works. Okay. And then I'm done that. And so right now I'm just speaking into my microphone because it's faster than actually typing it out. And then I'm just going to be answering what sort of questions I have. Today is day 2. There's a daily folder and I've added some notes in there. So can you please look at that? Okay. And then right now I just thought of an idea. I want to essentially make it so that I can, it can know to reference the daily folder every single time. And I think that would be helpful. Okay, so add in the Claude MD, I want to always reference today's date in the daily folder, if that makes sense. And yeah, just reference that file before you start. Also, go into the main branch and reference the daily file in the main branch. That means not the work tree. Okay. And then here, command you're resisting, it takes Google image, uses natural language, can render text directly, sure, whatever. thumbnail insights, Z layout, sure. Session 3 to 5. Okay, I don't want a script. I don't want a script. Okay, so I don't want a script to do this. I want it to be done through Nano Banana. And I essentially just want a prompt that will look into what I'm doing today in my daily folder and help create a good thumbnail for that. So my thinking in doing this is like a lot of times I watched some YouTube videos, did some research. I feel having like the thumbnail and headline in mind first and then building the content around that is actually a better way to go about doing this. Although I didn't do too much research, so I'm going to have AI do that. Day 2, Inwire works W. It's the brand and the constraint. Okay, let's start with how my AI YouTube pipeline works. I think I actually like that. Title resonates. Help me work together with me to understand why I think that I like that better and update the skill afterwards so that it can be better. Okay, so I like this one. Day 2. My entire YouTube setup. Okay. Okay, so where is your daily folder? Yeah, it is exactly here. And then here, how a new daily context section. Yes, that's good. Okay, yeah, ship that. So when I run the ship command, so this is last time when I was going sweaty mode. I created a ship command which essentially pushes all of the changes from the current work tree into the main repository, so that's where like everything syncs from. Okay, now I have the full picture. A few more target questions. What's the day 1 video about? All right. Day 1 was literally just me building out all the scaffolding. I didn't have time to talk about what I was doing, so I kind of just wasted. I just spent 3 minutes at the end trying to explain everything, but it was not good. So the changes skill is not complete yet. I don't think it's good. Let's just start with a skill that maybe is more specific. So I think the input would likely be the headline, and then we work towards using that headline and maybe creating like a script that will do that. But actually, let's look at the daily folder in the main to help with everything. And then for the talking points, I actually like the bullet points. Let's start with just the bullet points. In terms of thumbnails, let's keep it as another skill for now. Okay, so I'm going to test out this thumbnail and see how that is. So this is done. So I'm going to close that, rebalance everything. Okay, so basically, this is going to be the title of this. In 1 hour, day 2. Okay, in 1 hour. Okay, what the hell? Okay, so let's try the thumbnail skill. Okay. Okay, thumbnail. Hold on. Okay, do you want to keep slash changes? Yes, that's correct. You may start building. Yeah, so right now I think what I'm gonna do is I'm also gonna have Claude do research on the side on some channels just so that I can have a better understanding of what does well. There's actually a channel that I used to watch a lot, and I think they did really good storytelling. It's Locked In Poker, and yeah, I want Claude to go and analyze that channel and see how we can make good content like them. Okay, so I'd like you to analyze the Locked In Poker channel YouTube video. I feel that they were really good at storytelling. They're able to create very engaging videos, and I'd like to create videos in that sort of format as well. So, yeah, could you kind of walk me through some of the best things I can do? Look into how they've become successful, read their comments, analyze everything about them you can find online, and get back to me with what you think I should do to make my YouTube channel better. Okay, so here, let's see. Paste in this thumbnail. Excited. 2/3 of a frame showing a growing future. Okay, let me actually look. I think actually let's see what this guy does, because I think what he's doing is really good. I'm pretty much gonna copy his thumbnails as well, because why not? I feel like that hits kind of my vibe. So what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna go to his most popular videos and take a screenshot of all his thumbnails. Okay, so ooh, it's gonna be a bit more difficult because it seems like he's in a different setting. But actually, hey, maybe I can AI generate that, so it shouldn't be a problem. Okay, so actually, I like my thumbnails to look something like this. Can you adjust the thumbnail skill? Um, this is Locked In Poker. He shares like raw videos of of him and his journey. I should do voice recording. Journey to um, make like X dollars. I think. I think for me, maybe we can brainstorm on um, my goal of hitting 1,000 subscribers. That would be a pretty cool goal, actually. So yeah, just help me brainstorm and make the thumbnails look more raw, more in tune, more like in his videos, essentially. All right, I think that's good. All right, so paste that, and then just go here. What does this thing say? Yeah. All right, so I'm just basically right now I'm just bouncing between terminals and trying to see what this is. It tells you exactly what you're changing. Compare that 3 rule in 1 hour. Okay, so this one's doing research. I actually don't know if this is the best thing to do. Oh, not polished. Okay, and what is this thing? What am I doing here? Current system that I have it as. Oh, this is explaining the current system I have. Yeah, so one issue. Okay, let's just continue doing this. You're waiting for push back where I'm wrong. Okay, where you're getting at. Compare my 3 rules. Vagueness in 1 hour does curiosity. Actually, I'd like you to analyze the. Oh, wait. YouTube 3 rule. A little bit. I want a little bit. I also kind of want it to be like a little bit storytelling where each video kind of builds on the last video, because realistically, as I continue building out the systems, things will get better. And I want people to feel like they're following a journey. It's going to be a little bit rough, but it's going to be a fun journey. Okay, let's see what this guy said. All right, this one is saying, Matt explains how his AI patching a picture of my face, create a YouTube. Not the new vlogs, not a polished graphic. I'm sitting in a lot of casual. I'm starting to feel that the headline and the thumbnail should be made in one. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna ship both of these. After they both ship, I'm just gonna merge them in another terminal. So let me just try pasting this first into Nano Banana to see what happens. Okay, let's see. All right, paste that, and then we're gonna get Reveal in Finder. I'm gonna drag this down here. See what this looks like. Yeah, I do think that the thumbnail and the um, the the headlines should be made together. They're just so interconnected. It doesn't make sense for them not to be made together. Maybe the script can come in afterwards. So I'm starting to feel my headline, my process is going to look like I create the thumbnail. I have my goal for today. I create the headline and thumbnail, and then I continue building my systems throughout. And then at the end, I kind of put together a script for everything. Is what I'm feeling right now. Okay, so let's read out this thing. I'm actually gonna delete this, so I'll come back to it later. Okay, so how should AI pipeline works? Day 2. AI system that writes my videos, titles, scripts. Right now. Okay, so what Claude Code is? So the 9-stage. So the 9-stage system is actually not built out yet. Like, it's not concrete that I'm going to be using that. It's just kind of what I've scaffolded right now. I really anticipate things will change as I develop things. So like, I really don't want to go too much in the systems. I want to more focus on what I actually did right now, and explain what Claude Code is, and explain what sort of tools that I'm using, and then also explain the sort of skills that I created and why I created that. Every session starts with a daily planning. Yeah, I think it's not that worthwhile to go too much in depth into the current system because it's so gonna change essentially. Also, did I create commands or skills? Okay, so these both shipped. So when they ship, I essentially just close the terminal, and then I run this command, which will um, supposed to. Okay. All right. So I guess I'll just remove this. Okay. So okay. Okay. So a couple changes here. I'd like for you to merge the thumbnail and headline um, skills into a single skill and put it under the skills folder. Also, for the changes, move it into a skill instead of a command. We don't use the commands here. Okay. Um, okay. So, so basically, I'm using AI to write titles, scripts, and thumbnails for my YouTube videos, and everything you're watching right now was planned by it. Okay, so I actually don't want to start with that. So I'd actually want to start more in the storytelling aspect. More so like, hey, come along and follow my journey to get 1,000 subscribers by only spending 1 hour in AI or something, you know? Um, Maybe help me create an intro. I think an intro would be pretty helpful. I think so. The Locked In Poker guy has an intro as well. Let's see. Let's see what he does. What is this? That's hilarious. I'm gonna use this. Okay. 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 Day two thumbnail. All right. All right. Okay. That's so funny. Okay. Okay. Here's my thumbnail. Here is my thumbnail and the title. Um, okay, help me come up with a title as well for my YouTube video. That is super engaging, I guess. Super clickbaity. I love clickbaity. All right. Okay, let's actually also download. So I'm gonna use Gemini. So the thing about Gemini is it's really good at analyzing videos. You can pop in any video, and then it can watch it for me really quickly. So I'm gonna get it to watch this video and analyze how things.
Introducing.
So this is season 2. I actually liked Season 1 was great too. Don't get me wrong, but let's see.
That's me competing. Or we can jump into the tourney. Let me explain how I got here. Well, first let me roll the intro really quickly.
Welcome to Season 2. I dropped out of college to play poker. I'm heading to the West Coast with the goal of hitting a $250,000.
All right, so we analyze the hook and the intro of this video so I can incorporate it into my YouTube videos. Also create a transcript of it so I can see it myself. Oh, oopsies, I forgot to include the video link. Okay, very good, very good. Okay, the thumbnail images appear to be mostly black or white. You only work on what you use. Storytelling intro, clickbaity title. This is kind of interesting. I actually wanted to more focus on my story of using AI, not actually just using AI to automate everything. Like I want to focus on me getting better at AI, using AI essentially. Okay, and then I'll just let this guy do this. Yeah, that's that guy. So the title. Okay, actually, I think this is it. I'm just gonna copy this, and I'm gonna end this because this one doesn't have. Oh shoot. Okay, sure, that's good enough. So, talking points here, and then let's see over here what's happening. Okay. Oh shit, 30 minutes. Oh, this is rough. This is really rough. Okay. All right, I can't do that much research. Okay, I think now we're coming to a point where we have to actually just start implementing things. I'm glad I got the thumbnail down. So let's. So given that below is my thumbnail, help me come up with a headline following headline. I've got the thumbnail in. What's happening here? Okay, let's see. Here we are. Okay, here's what's changed. Before, headline thumbnails. Sure, this is good enough. Okay, ship that, and then close this one. And we have two screens. One is just still doing research on poker, and then the other one is figuring out what sort of headline I need to do. Okay, so I'm going to actually get it to follow. Okay, help me come up with an intro and hook for this video, given that this is my headline, and this is my hook. All right, what is happening here? Oh my god, I regret deleting that session. It had a lot of good context. I added it. Oh, fuck, man. Okay, so I am looking to make this video more like a storytelling. Wait, did I put it here? Who they are? Okay, so let's do that. Micro stories, dramatic, whatever. Okay, so I'm looking to make this. By X series. Okay, so I'd like you to take the learnings that you've just had and incorporate it into this vault or this repository. Update all of the documents so that it knows, including the Claude MD, so that it knows what sort of channel I'm creating, where I'm going towards. This includes updating like the headlines and everything. Make sure to pull, like, sync with the main repository first, like with the cloud, and then go and make a plan on how we should update this repository so that next time I ask you, you will know that this is the sort of vibe that I'm going for. Okay, so here, given your thumbnails, is this the same? Are we looking at the same thumbnail here? I feel like this is not the same. Oh shoot, did I lose it? Did I lose my thumbnail? Oh no. Okay. This is it. Okay, this is my thumbnail. This is what my God. Okay. Okay, entered plan mode, sure. We come up with intro and hook for this video, given that. Okay, I think that's fine. Let's pause on the intro and hook. Like I feel I need to like just start scripting essentially. Best pick. Okay. Let's do this. Day 2 as the same as before, essentially. So let's close this. This is done. Okay. All right. Okay. Since okay. Watch Locked In Poker. Journey arc as viewers come back to see real stakes and vulnerability, micro stories, creator sections, update channel positioning and tone. Sure, that's perfect. Reframe around episode planning, after authentic moments, edit for narrative arc, micro stories with drama, journey aware titles, community around the journey. Save the direct. This is great. Let's run it. Current episode that I'm making today. Okay, so I'm essentially the by the way function in here is it will allow me to access all of the context in this session, and then it'll run another like Claude instance which will answer my question with this context as it's working essentially. Okay, so journey arc. Because I need to see what happens next. So yeah, that's perfect. That's perfect. Okay, so let me just use this. So below is some context on what I want. Below is some context on what I want. Can you help me create some talking points for the video that I'm trying to create today? Okay, and then okay, it's just doing its thing. Okay, cool. Things are coming together. Okay, so this is my headline, day 2, how my AI YouTube pipeline works in 1 hour. Oh shoot, I think, okay, so, wait, what, there's no daily file today? Okay, well, this is actually, shows current state, this is vulnerability. Okay, I actually don't like this. Shoot, man, it's not good yet. I think it just doesn't know what I want. I think after this, I'm going to have to ask it again. So let's just manually adjust the talking points. So using AI. Okay, so let's start with what I'm doing. So okay, so one is I am creating a hook. I am creating, oh, it didn't work this time. What am I doing? Okay, let's ship this right away. Okay, talking points shared are solid. Yeah, this is not good. Okay, so first, I think my first talking point is I want to talk about the entire system. This is old talking points. I got 20 minutes left. Shoot. So first, I want to start off with the system, or the rules. Okay, so start with the rules. Explain everything about the rules, and then, okay, maybe start with the goal. The goal, then the rules, and then after the rules, we will talk about the goals, then the rules, then we'll talk about what I have right now, like my current setup, and then I will talk about what I've done this time, and then the call to action. I'm going to get them to subscribe and follow along to learn more about how I use AI. 1,000 subscribers, something along those lines. What I've done today, my current setup. This is only for this episode. Slash interesting learnings. For this episode. Okay. All right. Okay, so this AI. Wait. All right, I think it's good. Okay, so I'm looking to make a script for, or some talking points for my YouTube video that I'm going to be recording in maybe 5 minutes. Can you help me kind of make this better? Intro, similar to Locked In Poker. Okay. Info, and then I'm just going to copy this over here, this entire thing. Here. Let's see what it makes. Okay, this is done. So I close this. Okay, so it's going to make a file, and then it's going to go into the points. I think I have the headline. I guess I'll use it for next time. But I think I want to be creating, maybe not for this time, but for next time, I want to create an intro so that we can kind of roll the intro every single time, because everyone's got to know what's happening right now. But it's got to start with a hook. So. Start mid-action. Show Claude Code running output streaming. And everything you're watching right now was generated by it. That's not true. I don't like that hook. I don't like this hook. Let's start with the intro. I need a headline skill. Code. All right, let's start. Let's just do this. I think we're ready to record now. All right. Let's go here. Let's paste it like this. Wow, this is terribly formatted. Anyways, I'm building an AI system that writes my titles. Hey guys, I'm building an AI system that writes my titles, designs my thumbnails, and plans my entire video. And everything you're watching right now was generated by AI. But before I show you how, let me explain what I'm doing and why. Is that good? I don't know if that's good. Maybe I don't like the hook. I don't like the hook. You make it more about me hitting my goals of 1,000 subscribers. I'm gonna show you how. Okay, so let's start with the intro. So I don't like the hook. Intro. Let's do. Welcome to day 2. I'm building an entire YouTube pipeline powered by AI from scratch in public. Here's the challenge. I'm trying to get 1,000 subscribers using AI. Me actually teaching. How much time do I have left? 14 minutes. Okay, I'm trying to get to 1,000 subscribers while using AI to automate everything except the one thing that matters. The rules. I get 1 hour to build and record. I can use only assets I create during that hour, and I get 30 minutes after to edit and post. And that's it. 1 hour. Whatever I build is what you get. No fancy production team, no pre-made templates, just me and AI figuring it out live. Where we're at. Oh, this is good. Welcome to day 2. I'm building an entire YouTube pipeline powered by AI from scratch, in public, and here's the challenge. I'm trying to get 1,000 subscribers while using AI to automate everything except the one thing that matters. What is that one thing that matters? Automate everything. And then I'll be sharing with you my entire journey. Okay. Exactly how I do it. Man. I'm going to get 1,000 doing nothing but AI. The fuck is that? Okay, sorry, mind my language. Anyways, welcome to day 2. I'm building an entire YouTube pipeline powered by AI from scratch in public. And here's the challenge. I'm going to get 1,000 subscribers while using AI to automate everything. Here are the rules. I get 1 hour to build and record. I can only use... Okay, here are the rules. Number 1, I get 1 hour to build and record. 2, I can only use assets I create during this hour. And 3, I get 30 minutes after to edit and post. And that's it. 1 hour. Whatever I build is what you get. No fancy production team, no pre-made templates, just me and AI figuring it out live. So where we're at today. So today yesterday I built out the skeleton, the project structure, the research docs, couple of skills, including a skill to help me create headlines, to help me create thumbnails using Claude Code. And essentially, here's what I have right now. It's very janky. I think over time, I'm going to make it better. I'm going to slowly improve the videos. Video quality is going to get better. I'm going to look into how it can get better. But here's what I have right now. So I have a skill here, a headline skill that helps me generate headlines. I have a thumbnail skill that helps me generate YouTube thumbnail prompts. I can show you it now, but I still need to record. And then I think apart from these skills are actually not the most important thing. The most important thing here is the data that I'm creating. So I'm creating essentially what Claude will know exactly how I like to create my videos, and I'm gonna tell it to do research, figure out what sort of videos that I want it to create, or maybe not videos. I'll be creating the videos, but I'm gonna tell it how I like these videos created, and then it's gonna know exactly what sort of things that I like, I don't like, and then make better scripts for me, better thumbnails for me, and just better videos over time. And then over time, how I see this is within the hour, I'll have a better system every single time I do this, and each video will get better and better, and eventually I'll get to 1,000 subscribers because I'll be spending time making videos. So why don't I walk you through the Claude MD first? So essentially, this is, if you're not familiar with this, the Claude MD is the file that always gets loaded into Claude Code. Think of it like the system prompt in ChatGPT or something. So this file always gets loaded, no matter what you ask. You ask it like, "Oh, is the sky blue today?" and it'll load this like YouTube OS 1 hour AI thing, which may or may not be helpful, but that's what this does. So what my current setup right now is I have the daily context. So let me zoom in actually. So my current setup for my Claude.md file is I have the daily context. So before starting any work, it reads from the daily file, which is over here, and it essentially figures out what sort of formats or what sort of goals that I have for the day, what I'm trying to accomplish by the end of this 1 hour session, and it will have like a guide on like what I've learned so far. So like maybe I'm gonna paste something in here from one thing, like another session can read into that file and figure out like maybe some learning. So this is just like my daily file, which helps Claude understand what I'm doing for the day. So that's always going to be loaded in. And then how to answer questions. I think this is just auto-generated based on what my conversation, but that's not as important. Just like general guidelines, essentially, of how I want it to answer me, which helps me. And every video is an episode. Yep, it's just telling them more about my journey. And then this, I think this is really going to be huge. So this is essentially the table of contents, I like to call it. Table of contents where, like, obviously it's, for example, if I'm asking about recording, for example, like it doesn't need to load recording every single time. But when I ask it about recording, I want it to load like the context about recording. So recording is here, like it knows like exactly how I want to go and record things. This is all like templated. I haven't really customized it. I haven't had the time to customize it, but over time I want to customize it a little bit more. So that's how that works. This is the routing table. I ask it a question, it knows like, for example, I ask about publishing, it'll know to look into the publishing folder and find my documentation on how I like publishing, so it can do the best job on publishing. So for this particular channel or this documentation, I think I briefly spoke with Claude Code, and we kind of came to the conclusion that the best thing to do is to essentially split up the folder structure based on the different, like where I'm at in terms of the videos. So the overview would be here: ideation, recording, editing, clips, thumbnails. Yeah, so everything will be organized in this way. I really anticipate that this will change. So I think this is a very, very early stage. This is my first time creating a YouTube, actually not my first time, but this is my first time like creating a YouTube channel in this sort of way. So I'll have to figure it out as it goes. And as you watch, you'll figure it out with me. So that'll be awesome. And yeah, and then that's basically everything. Like I think these are just like other rules. Honestly, right now I feel that this Claude.md file is still like really bloated. I'm very particular about what sort of information that I pass into Claude. I want it to have like very concise information. I want it to be, I don't want to give it garbage, because garbage in is garbage out, and every sort of request has its own garbage. And I want it to know what's garbage and what's not garbage, and basically intelligently put it into the context. And if you don't know what the context I'm referring to is, like the stuff that you send into the AI. So like you could send like a book in there and maybe ask something that's not relevant to the book, but still gonna like know about that book, and that like information about that book is gonna confuse it. regarding your query, unless the book is extremely relevant to your question. But I think that's a general overview of what I'm trying to do. I'm going to edit this, so I'm going to figure out what sort of call to action to say. Okay, so that's day 2. The pipeline is starting to take shape, but I still can't edit automatically. Okay, this is dumb. So that's day 2. If you want to see whether I can actually get to 1,000 subscribers with this thing, subscribe. Every episode is a new chapter, and I'll see you on day 3. Perfect. Okay, I'm going to use that, and I'm just going to start making everything better now through Claude Code. Okay, so help me organize everything and make this repository more clean. I want it to use progressive disclosure regarding the context. I'm super particular about that. And yeah, I feel like there's too many README files. I don't think we need all the README files within each folder. The Claude.md, in the table of context, it should just refer to the folder itself and explain what's in the folder. Also talk about how, in terms of our process, we want to start with making the headline and thumbnail together first, and then once we have that, then we start building out like some talking points. I'll go through the talking points for the video, and then I will also at the same time build out my repository so that I can make better videos next time. Okay, I don't even know what that says, but I hope that that will make my repository better for the next time. And when I say repository, I mean this stuff. Okay, so what changes did I make here? Oh, this is the script. I'm going to get 1,000 subscribers using nothing but AI. Yeah, I want it to be more educational. Anyways, that's good. Let's start and yeah, there's not really much I can do after this. I only have less than 2 minutes remaining, but let's figure it out. Let's see what they do. Let's see what I can do on the YouTube end. Maybe I can start uploading the video. Damn, this is not easy. This is really, really not easy. Okay, so why is the headline and UI not? Damn. Okay, so it didn't seem to actually merge the headline files. Okay, 30 seconds. Please go, please go. Okay. I think that's everything. So I'm going to stop the video now, and thank you so much for watching. I hope this was informative. I hope it was helpful, and I hope this helps you be a better person.